Hello and welcome to the Club 12 podcast. Well, this week we've got a triple threat. We've got Jamie. How you doing?
I'm good.
Good stuff. And we've got Bono.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, mate. Thank you. How are you?
Good. I'm excited.
Imagine this front three, eh?
I know this will be an epic front three. It's not quite like what Bono mentioned the other week. Coin Wright and Grady.
No. James Grady. That'll be a dream team.
So, a few things to talk about today. Good cup win against Airdrie. The World Cup's also been on, and Finlay Robertson is about to face the wrath of the Club 12.
Yep.
But first of all, thanks to King Kong Tattoo Company, our sponsors, Albert Square, Dundee, for all your tattoo and piercing needs. Right, let's get straight to it. Finlay Robertson's fucking bits, right? Seriously, come on.
He scored his first goal.
He scored his first goal wearing a pair of fucking shed bits.
Okay.
What the fuck?
I'm just doing it to wind you up personally.
Do you think so?
Yeah, definitely.
I found it quite funny.
Do you think he left his bits in the house and he had to borrow McMillan's Aldi? Right, anyway, sorry. Airdrie 6-2. Jamie, tell me about it. I didn't need full commentary, just
I didn't care where to start. So come on, I'm going to start with Finlay, man, because I feel a wee bit sorry on him, because the first thing you said when he came in here the day was Finlay Robertson's getting it. So I'm going to stick up for him. I thought he'd done well. He scored a good goal. I thought we should be beating them in 90 minutes, but look, we got through, man. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that. Rodden's goal was good.
It was good. Come on, there was a few good things about it, but fair as well. But I do think that
You can if that's in the last minute when it counts though. He's putting that down the Provy Road, eh?
absolutely. Bono, what did you think?
Good result in the end. I thought 2-2 was. You got to remember, for them it's a big game. You know what I mean? A lot of teams raise their game when they're playing the team above, and could have been a banana skin, but 4 goals in extra time is pretty impressive. Like, you know what I mean?
How do you view Airdrie, right? Because see, last week Jamie was like, you kind of thought they were a bit of a diddy team, but then, what do you remember? Because I remember a few things about them, and they weren't that much of a diddy team in the 90s.
Got in a good few cup finals. We had that. Remember that good-looking centre forward, Andy Smith.
Andy Smith,
he was a
ugly
born
bastard.
I can't remind him.
I think it's a bit.
Is that about
you
before
think?
me?
You
Yeah.
think
Fucking
so?
poor man's Quasimodo.
Yeah, they did well. I remember them being in the top division at one time. I mean, they were usually a first division side, you know. And they did get in a few cup finals. I think it was in the 90s. You're right there, but.
They had that mental keeper, right? Mind John Martin.
Oh,
he was a good goalie, right? But he was fucking nuts.
You'd have liked him in your own team, like, and he gets
definitely,
everyone going.
We could do a wee John Martin just now, I think.
Aye, well, keepers are one of the best.
Keeper's got a shared hate, has he?
Well, that's like so Lawler went off. He was header in the post on Saturday.
As you do,
Hope he's alright. Hope he's alright. So legs. Any advance on that, Bono?
No, that's a shame.
So there was a good amount of substitutions as well.
We started. I think there was seven switches in the whole game.
The only folk that didn't come off were the back four, which was McGee, Sweeney, Ashcroft and Kerr. RPL's come off at part.
Yeah,
I think
there's a good rule having the 5 substitutes, but it's like if it's not working, you could change your basic whole front 5 if you want to. You know?
Do you remember when it was just 2?
Yeah,
it was a different game, aye.
It was a different game. You only had 3 people on the bench. You know, one was a sub keeper,
and 2 got on.
And and that was it. I think it's a lot better now. It could change the game, but then if you're in extra time, there's 7. You know,
I think it's a lot better now. I liked it when it was just 3. But like, don't get me wrong, it is better like for players' health and all the rest of it, right? But I'm quite old school in the way that 3 subbies, that's how you
Your
need.
boys get injured.
Your boys get injured. Tough shit, man. You picked that team.
That might stop a bit of play acting and that. Because if they think that they might need to go off.
Yeah, see, I'm off for that.
I mean, I think 3 is a bit excessive. I do think if there is like maybe an extremely serious thing, Ken, guys like.
If it's a blood substitution, if you've made your 3, for example, and then somebody gets badly injured, then that's where the 5 subs comes in good. You know. But yeah, if they made it more like rugby, so you could have blood substitutions, and somebody came on.
I was
actually could go off again for the original. I think that'd be a good thing. Maybe
I was watching a
documentary. Like, ice hockey's good that way with all the substitutions and running line changes.
That's right.
Make it quite interesting, but couldn't see it coming that far.
I was watching a documentary about Terry Yorith the other day. No, it wasn't it. It was John Toshak, sorry.
Right.
And he started back in the day when it was just 1 subby.
Yeah.
And he was the substitute. I think it was Leighton Orient he played for, or Swansea maybe. Can't mind. Anyway, he signed for Liverpool when he was 21.
The substitute.
The substitute.
That's a great
just one. And so, what do we want in the next round of the cup?
So the big teams coming in, or is it just still the Diddy teams?
Third round.
No, that was the third round. So Abdi's in next.
Abdi's
in the hat.
I want United at Dens. I want United at Dens.
Okay.
Or a nice wee away trip up the Highlands somewhere, either I can. Like maybe Ross County, you know.
Nah, no Ross County.
No Ross County, but somewhere up that way. It was what I say Wick, but they got put out for Falkirk.
What's Pollock? Oh no, that's Ayrshire.
Falkirk,
They're currently playing Ayr.
Nice wee bus journey or what, get boat or somewhere.
Just the day.
Or United.
We've never really had too many of the random wee games. I remember years ago, you might remember this, Bono, we played Nairn County. Up in Nairn. I think we beat them about 6 or 7 now in the third round of the cup.
Right. I remember we had Wick in year. I think that was maybe about 10 to 15 years ago. We got Wick one year in the Scottish Cup.
Did we?
I think we beat them 3-9.
Them on a heavy weekend that weekend. I didn't mind of that.
Well, the draw's the night, is it?
It is, yeah.
Draw's
It's
the
right
night.
after the game. After the giant clash on TV. The night, biggest game on TV tonight. Ayr United beat Pollock, obviously.
It's 0-0. It's a good game.
Yeah.
Jan Crichton's put him off a wee bit.
You didn't like her, do you?
No.
What's he like about her?
What, with Jan Crichton? I don't think I know what to say. I didn't like her punditry. Put it that way.
See, I am kind of a bit like that wee Rory Loy. He seems to be on radio a lot just now.
Yeah.
I don't like his voice.
Yeah,
I think that's what it is.
If it's no James McFadden or Alan Coist, I'm not really interested. Chris Boyd could take a fucking slam.
And if you notice, like, so obviously Richard Gordon's not on Sportsound anymore either.
No.
So he works for Aberdeen TV?
Well, fuck Aberdeen TV.
They
You want Richard Gordon back on Sportsound
can't.
because he's better than that other guy.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it Keradine Edison? Is it him?
No, I don't think.
It's somebody, is it?
He's just not the same though.
Somebody,
whatever
is
it is. It's not the same. But I think you asked how we got on against Airdrie.
Oh, I saw it.
So, it was a good result.
In the end, yeah.
But
I want to stay away from the Old Firm, and I don't know if I want United in the next round, like, you know. But I'd rather have them at Tannadice than
Yeah,
Dens.
so would I.
no, we didn't win at Tannadice. We've never, look, my whole life we've never, I can, like, use remember it right, but I didn't. I'm 25. It's not even like I'm that wee, right? We didn't win at Tannadice, Ken. Didn't get me wrong, we might get at the odd point, alright, or we might get a draw, or we might lose at 2-1, right? But, I mean, look, when we do win at Tannadice, it'll be quality, but for this Scottish Cup, I want to kind of go quite far in it. So, I'd stay away from them at Tannadice.
I'd go for love another lower league team. I think makes the most sense. You know what I mean? Got the better chance. You know?
I want Rangers at Ibrox. You're going to win it. You better beat the cunts along the way, right? So I didn't really care.
As long as you stay away from Celtic, I couldn't care. As long as you stay away from Celtic and Rangers.
Yeah.
I think everybody,
I'd
every team in Scotland says that.
I also didn't like getting Aberdeen in the cup.
I'd put them in there and all.
Aberdeen, I fucking hate Aberdeen in the cup. I hate Aberdeen anyway. I mean, they're in a long list of many teams that I hate. Hamilton. Did we ask you, Bono, what do you hate any teams that you particularly hate? You did mention Hamilton too,
when I was on a few weeks ago. Hamilton was one of them. Absolutely. I didn't think I've got not much hatred for many teams. I didn't like Hearts very much. We spoke about that the other week as well. It was funny when
What about Aberdeen?
I didn't particularly like Aberdeen either. I think they're living in the past as well, pretty much like what Dundee United do. You know, they still think they're a big deal and a world famous brand and stuff, but they're pish.
I couldn't have put it better myself.
They're pish.
Right, up this week, we're back to league business. Inverness. You've got a big day out planned, eh? With your brothers. Tell us what the script is.
I've got my work night out. Not on the Friday. And I've got Inverness on the Saturday.
How does your bus leave?
9 o'clock.
Time do you think you're going to get home for your night out?
Because we could go top of the league if results go our way. Now look, that doesn't really mean much with this tight arse league that it is. But if we come back down the road for Inverness top of that league, I'm telling you, I'm going out.
The two will be jumping.
And the laddies will be going to your house.
Go to my house if they want, but I'm playing a gig.
Alright, well, it'll be good. I think it'll be hard to get a result up there. We didn't normally do well up there, do we? Let's be honest. For the past fucking 15 years.
Well,
I remember you took me when
we went on the train.
I was just what I say.
And then we got a lift back for Dave Nay.
Nazer, I forgot about that. That must have been what? No far off 20 years ago. And we got beat 3-2. I remember we got beat 3-2.
Was that
and
when
he scored?
Was that the end of the season? Brent Sancho pulled a howler, did he?
Did Brent Sancho play that day?
I think he did.
I wanted to say there Stevie Lovell, but then I'm also thinking of Tam McManus, but I'm maybe just talking shite.
You're just throwing random out.
Nah, but I'm pretty sure because we got a penalty, and I want to say I'm pretty sure Stevie Lovell scored a penalty that day.
Maybe.
We'll need to check that.
You mentioned too, again I'm going off a wee bit topic here, like Brent Sancho, you seen him in a FIFA documentary recently?
He's in the FIFA corruption documentary today with Trinidad and Tobago going to the World Cup because nobody had heard of Trinidad and Tobago before they went to the World Cup. I think
how did fucking we end up with the other players?
So
Kelvin Jack as well, he was a Trinidad as well.
But he wasn't good enough for the Netflix documentary. They wanted somebody with a bit more technical ability.
Well, Russell Lackby, he must have been in there.
Nah, just Brent Sancho. They wanted Gary Harkins, but he's just too busy. Right? He had Farfar training that night when they were filming it. But Sancho's in the documentary, yeah. It was good when I seen it. I had to rewind the fucking telly to watch it. I can't just make sure it was him. But
so this week Inverness, right? That was the Arrow bastard that I couldn't remember the other week. Bono, mind when I was saying there was 5 managers in the league. The other name was Billy Dodds. Was it Inverness?
What was the? Did we forget Billy Dodds? No, was it when you were speaking?
When me and Bono were speaking about it, so I kind of forgot about it. But it's him. So thoughts on that fat Arrow bastard? People can't see that.
I was just trying to say that. I wish people could see his face.
He's a big little bastard.
He's a fat wee cunt, is he? Every time he's like what's his plus? The boy for Partick.
Ian McCall.
Ian McCall. Every time you bit on him, he puts on a stain. So he puts on he eats a sandwich every time you score against him. So see if we put 4 past Inverness at the weekend, Billy Dodds might fucking waddle out that stadium.
Well, we might fucking roll with it. With a bit of luck. If we get a fucking good win. We're due to beat them, mate.
I hope so. Up there are surely, man. I mean, I think we might have done it a few years ago. I think maybe the COVID season. I might be talking shite, but I'm pretty sure we've beat them up there in the past 5 years anyway.
I don't think we have. I don't think we've beat them up there for fucking years.
I think we scraped in time. But look, we're due to get a decent result there, and they're not the best, are they? Let's be honest.
It'll be a tough game.
What's your thoughts on Inverness as a club, right? Because I've stated before, I hate them, partly because I don't see them as a real team. Because they weren't about when we were weak.
No.
They were the amalgamation of two teams in Inverness.
Yeah. That's that. But then I suppose you've got to start somewhere. They always maybe had ambitions to get into the big leagues, and I mean, every team started there with no history. And
I get that.
To be fair to them, in a small history, they've won a cup.
Yeah, I'm just jealous. But
I see Ross County like that. They're a team that I look at where they shouldn't be a team. That's a bit cruel. But they're like, compared to like with fan bases and stuff like that, and like I say, when I was wee, Ross County wasn't a team. It was only when we got relegated and we're down there for ages, and Ross County slowly crept up, and I was like, right, come on, fuck, right, they shouldn't be in our league, and then they got promoted,
I mean,
and now they're still fucking there.
They did play in the Highland League, because mind you, Bono, you'll remember, we used to get the results later on, right? So they'd go through all the leagues, and then if it was a Scottish TV later on, they'd go through the Highland League results, right?
Yeah.
So there was only a few names that you recognised, you can, but Ross County was definitely in it.
Yeah, that's right.
Ah, well.
So anyway, we're saying we're going to beat Inverness this week.
I hope so. Yeah, I'll be bloated by the time I get up there, so I'll probably even see the game.
Do you think anybody's pushing for a starting place? Well, come on last week. Maybe no Jaime, but did see him getting clattered while he got sent off.
I was on about a wee earlier on. I thought it was kind of a harsh sending off. Didn't get me wrong, Kenny was on a yellow card, right? And it's a yellow second booking, but where's the boy meant to go? Like, there's
you might just jump out his way.
Like,
you know,
Kubiak fucking runs into him, right? I'm sorry, I'm a Dundee fan and I'm biased as fuck with Dundee, but in this situation, if that was me and that was a Dundee player, I'd be raging. That's what I'm saying.
He put the ball around him and then made no attempt to go around the guy himself. He just smacked right into him.
But here, I'm fucking not complaining, because if that was 11v11, I think would have beat them 6-2 anyway, that's for sure.
Maybe not. Can. Do you think Mbappe's pal will be pushing for a start this week?
Oh,
I think so.
Oh, definitely.
Scoring a couple of goals, definitely.
I did kind of look at his baits as well, and I thought, has he got on shed baits? Has he cleared that with Mbappe? But I actually think they're pink.
Yeah,
I'm going to let them off with the pink
more of
baits.
a cerise colour.
Cerise.
Yeah, I think.
Do you think Mbappe phoned him and congratulated him on his goals against Airdrie?
Possibly.
I think it's his pal.
I was looking out for you the day and I noticed you had a good win against the Airdrie on it. 6-2 after Axe's time. Gee whiz.
I was watching it shiting myself. See when it went the extra time, I was like, oh,
I was on that DTV.
That Airdrie are a right good football team.
Oh, he sounded like Derek Ferguson. I'm still annoyed with Derek Ferguson. He come to Denzil the week's the first 0-0 game he's had on the fucking radio for about 5 years. Right, okay. Other domestic news. Let's talk about Rangers for a minute.
Domestic and Rangers.
Domestic. The wee mate, old firm bangs in the plus today, thank you very much.
We only did a 45-minute podcast.
Right, so Micheal Beale. I don't even care what he is. I mean, I just think, is he related to Ian Beale?
Ian Beale.
Straight away, that's what I think when I see Micheal Beale. So
he is, he's not going to last long. So I hadn't heard of him until Gerrard actually left, and it was when Gerrard left and people were saying that, oh no, the boy Beale was the brains behind the operation, Ken. Yeah. But it's more of an impact him leaving as opposed to Gerrard. But I'd never heard of the cunt.
No. So if Micheal Beale was the brains behind the operation, how the fuck did he not go to Villa?
Can. And how did... Well, mind you, I suppose, I think Gerrard wanted to tack him to Villa, but he said, up yours, and want to be main manager, and then went to QPR. I think that's kind of how it went down. Right. But then he came out, because somebody wanted him not that long ago, and he came out and he was like, nah, I'm faithful to QPR. I read that statement the day. I'm a Queen's Park Ranger, I'm this and that. And then the big Rangers comes in and he's fucking right up the road, is he? On the ScotRail.
Yeah, that road with his 40 the king. Listen, his orange tapes on the way up. Excuse me.
Ali McCoy's and Ali McCoy's greatest goals.
You'll not remember, right? But see, back in the day, right, Bono, remember there used to be a wee shop in the Care Centre that sell tapes. So you get like Scottish country music and Highland dancing tapes, right? But they also had a collection of fuck that tapes. And they had all these Rangers and it was other fucking stupid orange music and that, right? But they had it, right, which I'd heard. And it was, remember they signed Mark Walters?
Oh yeah.
So they basically brought out a reggae version these fucking orange songs, right? and had this African voice as if it was Mark Walters. It's such a fucking racist thing.
But I sell a few copies out.
I bet they did. I actually bet they sell fucking loads of them.
Bet they did.
Because whenever you went to Ibrox, there was always folk outside selling tapes, hats, scarves, badges, macaroon bars, fucking aye. So, do you think you still get them?
I don't know.
Maybe no one.
The Keeler Centre where you used to be able to get a Dundee cone and a United cone.
I do.
You do. Again, the wee double cones, the one cone with the 12 bulbs on the top. Obviously, I never bought a black and orange one, but I used to get blue and white.
It was Spearmint, was it?
You'll remember that.
Wasn't very good. Spearmint. I didn't like it.
Anyway.
Some
of our younger listeners will not have a clue about that, but yeah, you used to be able to get a Dundee cone.
It's alright, I'm in the same
boat. Now the forums.
Do you know Ken?
No. Yeah, I do.
I maintain the Dundee shop, they used to sell pennants and cups and gloves and scarves for other teams. Like Aberdeen, Celtic, Rangers,
they still
United,
sell it in the
Hibs,
shop.
Hearts.
What, for all the other teams?
The wee shop in the Keeler Centre.
Alright, sorry, I thought you were on about the club shop.
No, that was the kind of closest thing you had to a club shop back then. You didn't
Dundee shop. Where was that?
It was in the Keeler Centre, yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
I remember they brought in the 90s, they brought in a load of random footbar taps, and I picked up a Genuine because it had long sleeves, which was pretty neat. You didn't get that back then. No long sleeves.
Long sleeve top.
Right, World Cup. Bono. You watched much of it?
I've seen a bit of it. Like, there's been obviously a lot of shocks, you know, but there's a lot of high scoring games a day. But yeah, as anybody's really, I think Brazil going through the first team to go through, I do fancy them. You'd be daft not to fancy them. There's other teams that look like they're struggling to get through, like your Germany and things. But I do fancy Brazil.
I did watch the Spain-Germany game yesterday. It was fucking boring.
It was.
It was dire.
See, if Gary Harkins was fake Qatar, do you think he'd get a game?
I gave my money on them.
He would,
do well in the tournament.
How many teams in that World Cup do you think Gary Harkins would get a game for? I think he'd get a game for Qatar, he'd get a game for Saudi Arabia, he'd get a game for
Australia,
Canada, America, maybe. I'd hear him in the hole.
I don't care, they're pretty tasty.
Yeah, they are no bad.
They're no bad.
Leave them right, but that's 4, right? What other diddy teams are that? Ecuador? England?
Even pulling the strings in Senegal midfield,
Senegal? Here. He'd stand out in that team, right?
Yeah, he would.
What a player.
That big shiny head. A Baldemar.
So that's 7 teams in the World Cup that Gary Harkins could get a game for, and he's still sitting without a club.
I can't.
I'll say it on here every week. I want him back. Every January, every summer, I want Gary Harkins. Give him any number you want. I don't care. Give him number.
Sack whoever's got the number that he wants.
He's a number 8, is he? You know what I mean?
He's a number fucking whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. But tell you what, he'd struggle to get a game in the Pollock team, eh?
Well,
they're looking no bad.
What's the score in that game?
Still 0-0.
0-0.
Yeah, United have just scored to go 1-up against Pollock.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Sure.
Fucking as we speak.
As we speak.
Oh, it's like Bono. Give a commentary. Tell us how the goal went down.
It was quite a scrappy number actually. I wasn't really watching it, to be fair. I just saw the last wee bit, but just slotted it up.
I was saying it was 0-0. I had a swing in my beer, so.
Jamie, give me your best Derek Ferguson.
I tell you, the Sharkies. They're a right good
football team. For the right, and then the guy he was just in the right spot, stick his foot through it.
That's what she said. Yeah. So right, World Cup. I'm going to tell you what I think. Some of it's been boring. The games that seem to be good and full of goals, I keep seeing them miss them. Like that's kind of it is.
Serbia and fucking what was it?
Cameroon.
Serbia and Cameroon 3-3.
Right, so
I missed that.
So I got a free feather build your odds bet for Willie Hill and thought I'm going to throw it on that game there. And I picked a random player to shoot, a random man to get booked, a random for both teams, and then I also picked both teams to score and Cameroon to get the most bookings. And I was just waiting on this one cunt getting booked for Cameroon, and I got to the end of the game and never got booked, and I realised they got fucking subbied in the 55th minute. Just like fucking wee bastard. So I hope they get booked. Just for that, purely on that basis.
Tell you what, the big teams want to hurry up and get their finger out because, let's be honest, England are going to go through. And if Germany or Portugal or whatever it is under there,
you're fancying England to go through, but if Wales beat them, it's no guaranteed.
I've got to beat them 4-0.
No, that's just for Wales to go through. If Wales beat them,
okay.
Iran, maybe Iran.
And Iran and America draw.
That'll be what it is.
Yeah.
It's complicated with America and Iran.
It's always complicated with America and Iran. I can't wait for that game. I genuinely think it's going to be.
I'm going to watch
meaty. I don't think there'll be good football in it.
No. Well, the draw will be enough for Iran, but if America beat them, they'll go into 5.
Did you see
go through?
I watched this. Hang on, it was on my phone, and it was this American TV presenter, and they were basically having a fucking meltdown because they never beat Wales. They were like, Wales, they're not even a real soccer team. Like, honestly, they were like sweating their population, and like they were raging at their team because they never beat Wales. And come on, America, they looked alright. See, when we watched them, they looked like they could pass the bar. Right?
They've got players playing at clubs all over Europe.
Can see.
A lot of the teams in the World Cup are like that. Teams you would think are dirty teams, but players playing at great levels.
Because I think of them in the same category as Iran and Australia and fucking Qatar. Teams that kind of kick their own arse, right? And I never realised that the expectation over there was them to go through that group. Like, you're America, you can't play football.
They're going to be disappointed when they didn't get to the playoffs.
Honestly, I've been really surprised by them. They looked half decent.
Well, I didn't really care what the score is between them and Iran.
I just want Iran to win.
I just want Iran to win. Actually, that'll be good.
Could be a tasty game for them.
I think it will. I think it will be brilliant.
To be fair, did you watch Iran against England in that first game? Iran were fucking dire. Like, honestly, they were poor. If that was at Denge, I'd be throwing my scarf on the pitch in protest, right? And wanting the manager out. Honestly, they were fucking rotten. But then, they turned up against Wales, and if they beat, I want them to beat America. I think everybody in the world wants them to beat America, especially the Russians.
Oh, I bet they do.
The Russians are watching that in the house, like, yes.
Putin sitting in his wee white cap, stroking his head.
We've not been told to keep politics out of football.
No. But politics and football go perfectly. That's what I love about Scottish football.
It faz, isn't it? It does. Religion and politics and football just go together.
Yeah, man.
Like fucking cheesecake and coffee and more cheesecake. Come on, I mean, it just goes together, right? Okay. Right. So let's bring it back to Dundee then. Right. What's the score going to be the weekend?
I'm going to go for a 3-1 Dundee.
3-1 Dundee.
3-1 Dundee, and it's going to be, if Robinson's back, he's going to get a couple, and I'm going to go for an Ashcroft bullet header.
We've no seen any of them yet this season.
Draining them. We're well draining them.
Bono, we're getting a wee prediction for you?
Well, that's it. I was actually sitting here thinking 3-1 myself. I could change it if you want, you know.
You go for what you want.
3-1, man.
When he said 3-1, I was thinking, God.
Because let's be honest, right? If we're going to win, the other team are going to score. Yeah. We're
always give a go.
We're not going to win 3-0.
And we're going to have to swap the goalie issue again.
We're like, we'll do numbers.
Put their names in the hat.
There's straws. What happens if the both of them are short straws?
Fucking, there are short straws. There are fucking short straws.
Why do you think we'll get the nod? Legs then?
Fucking hope.
I mean, he was on the bench on Saturday.
Well,
he come on.
So then, yeah, and the other guy will be promoted back to the bench, but I don't know. I'm not convinced. As I said in the other week, I think Lesbian's the one that looks most like a goalkeeper, but a lot of them, but doesn't mean he is a good one.
He just looks like a goalie.
Looks like a goalie.
There's a guy in the hospital I work with, he looks like a goalie, but I don't think he is.
What, does he push trolleys a bit in that?
Yeah, sells trolleys, yeah. But he's got all sport gloves on, so.
Okay.
What about you? What do you think score will be?
Realistically, well, see, this is the thing with Inverness, right? I want to think that we could go up there and give them 5 or fucking 6, right? We should be able to do that. We need to kind of mark a point to teams in this league. So if we go at Inverness and give them 4, 5 or 6, then that's fantastic. However, Dundee doesn't work like that.
No.
We see this.
We'll go up there and get pumped 3-0.
So I'm going to go for 1-1, and I'm going to tap Derek to get a goal. I think Derek might get a start this week. He might push for the start. Barbie's pal, Can we call him what we usually call him? Come on. I'm just joking, Derek. He's not in line to get called up to the front squad anytime soon,
I think so.
Although,
at least we've got strikers that can all score, you know, we've not really had that luxury. All our strikers banged in a few over the last few games. It was decent.
Well, we did say a few weeks ago, Abdi seemed to be scoring goals, so.
Good finish for Rudden at the weekend too. I know the keeper was howling, but, you know, great finish. But as Jamie said, we need to do that.
Howling, fuck, we better watch Week Dinner Silent in January. Okay, well. Pulled off a few good saves after the fucking 6 he picked at the back end.
Nell was just like, I saw this goalkeeper. He's the best.
Yeah, netminder. Anyway, thanks very much to King Kong Tattoo, our sponsors at Albert Square Dundee, for all your tattoo and piercing needs. We've been the Club 12 podcast. For me, Dave, for Jamie, for Bono, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.